Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for more Spy Family. This is season 3, episode 3. Last episode we started with Lloyd, Twilight's backstory. And it started very dark. I imagine it's gonna stay dark. But it has been very interesting. I mean, it's really nice because this show is like such a fun show, but I feel like the show is at its strongest when it sort of like lets itself be serious as well, and this backstory is letting itself be serious to the nth degree. So I'm really excited to see more. Let's jump right into it. We're not going to waste too much time because I did the My Hero video already today. Now I'm doing this video and I'm doing them like I have to do them both on the day that they come out, so I don't have that much time overall. And also when I'm doing my Hero videos, the recordings tend to run longer because I talk a lot about My Hero. So yeah, anyway, let's just jump right into this one. This is, go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, exclusive videos, lots of other great stuff for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. Otherwise, just support the video here. Comment down below telling me what you thought of the episode. Let's jump into it. Spy Family Season 3, Episode 3. Mission 40, Blank's Memories 2. Picking up right where we left off. Jesus, man. So horrifying. Oh my god. They're making sure to show like lots of children involved in this, you know. I mean, it's a big theme of... Lloyd said he wanted a world where children wouldn't have to cry. Oh. It's not the time to think about that, but I get that as a kid. Like, it's hard to see the bigger picture as a kid because your smaller world is your bigger picture. For an adult, it's like, yeah, of course school doesn't matter that much compared to a war. But as a kid, it's like, school's like everything I do. My friends are everything. Oh. Yeah. You lied to him before you left. He's still carrying this guilt over a small amount of money. Oh. Oh, he's such a good kid, man. And he's so, like, active and smiles a lot, and, like, it's not really the Twilight we know at all. Jesus. No. Don't leave. Shit, man. I mean, I know he doesn't die, but it's still just dangerous. Oh. Jesus. Oh. And this is a flashback. Yeah, this is a flashback we saw of Twilight. Laurent Spoofy. Oh. They always give him really on-the-nose names. 18? Oh. He's dying. But does that mean he's younger than that? He was lying about being 18? Because he looks older than that. Ah, met Frankie here. Oh, kind of cool seeing how they met. He's the same as ever. Oh, he made Twilight laugh. Yeah. Wow, that's nice that they're backstory goes back to him making Twilight smile. Although Twilight seems more emotive in general right now. And then they're cool with it. Give people the right reasons and they... Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the people who are making the mistakes dying. They're just using other people as their chess pieces. That's the thing, you don't know. Aww. It's so he just wants to, he needs to demonize him. Oh, wait. His friends? He thought they died, right? And they thought he died. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, he goes back to being that same kid. Oh, we never see Twilight like this. Oh. That's so cute that they're still alive and we had that moment. I love that. Yeah. Please don't tell me he doesn't get the chance to spend time with them. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Fuck! He just wanted to spend time with his friends and he thought were dead! Did they end up dying anyway? Fucking hell. Until you become the best spy in the world where you can actually like get information. And that's what your country like hopes that you will do. He does hate ignorance now as well. Like gathering information is like essential to him now. Who? The voice actor. I know that voice actor. I think he's a very famous one. Is that Jujutsu Kaisen guy? Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. Damn, just tell me his name. Cool. I love the spy music coming in here. That's so cool. Damn. No, but it could stop other kids from losing their friends. Oh, the music! That's so good. I love just slowly transitioning into more spy music. He's gonna throw it all away, yep. Your life ends as that person now. You're now only Twilight. Oh, doing it for the kids. Yeah, I thought he would do that. We get to see what his reason is, but he's not gonna say it out loud. And the other guy knows anyway. Ah, handler! Where's your big hat? Okay, alright, there it is. Interesting saying, like, this is Lloyd's home. Like, it's a completely different person. Can she see? Did she see the flashback? No, I guess not. She was just so ready for it. Oh, it wasn't her fault. She did well. I wish you could have seen it. Oh, I don't even think he's thinking about the mission. He's just thinking about friends. So adorable. Oh, it's nice to like end the episode with that warm Spy Family feeling again, you know? No, that's even worse. Give me the onion, I'd rather die. Oh, that was a great episode. I really liked that. And it went by pretty quickly as well. For an episode that was like the whole episode was like mostly a war flashback type thing, which I should say, like, I don't tend to like war stories very much. Like, it's kind of some of my least favorite genre of stories. So like for me to still really enjoy these episodes is good, you know, because it's the show has been appealing to me with a genre that I generally like am not a fan of. Like, I like a lot of genre of stuff, and like there's always exceptions. So every time that I like will say I'm not big on a genre, like there's always going to be exceptions to that. Excuse me. Oh, don't look at the hole in my elbow. I tried to sneeze and it's not coming out. There's always going to be exceptions, right? Like, I say generally I'm not a big horror movie guy, but there are horror movies that I like, you know. Like, I liked Get Out a lot, you know, like that's a movie that I really liked just by being a horror movie. I like some horror. I like the theming of a lot of horror stuff, and like sometimes, you know, I've seen some horror movies with friends where they're watching it and I'm around and I'm like, I'll watch it too, and then I watched it and I'm like, yeah, it was alright, like it was fine, you know. There's always exceptions to that stuff, right? But like, just generally, you know, I'm not a huge war fan. Like, I like a lot of TV shows a lot, and so at some point I watched Band of Brothers. I would say the first time I tried to watch it, I watched like 2 episodes. I wasn't into it. Second time I tried to watch it, I would say I watched like 3 episodes and wasn't into it. The next time I tried to watch it, I watched like almost all of it and still wasn't into it, you know? Like, and so I tried it many times just to see, and each time I appreciated it more, for sure, but I still wasn't a big fan, you know? So you know, for this to be like, you know, this is only minorly like it's a war story, but it's not super long. It's not and it's focused more on innocence and on children and stuff rather than the war side of things. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was really cool seeing how he meets Frankie and like seeing their connection. I think it's so precious that like their initial connection is mostly because Frankie is kind of like just a silly guy in general, and something he said made Lloyd laugh, you know? Like that doesn't happen very often. I mean, I'm sure it happened more then because they called, like, his friends called him a crybaby. Like he was a very emotional guy. But like, still, you know, that was post him thinking his friends were dead. So he was more of a hardened soldier then. And yet still, he laughed a bit. He just had like a nice warm moment with another human being. So like that makes me really appreciate his Frankie friendship even more, because this is like, that's his friend, you know? Which I think also ties so nicely with the themes at the end, because it's not just about children. Like, children is the main thing that Lloyd's fighting for, right? He's fighting for the idea. He said in the first episode of the show, I'm fighting for a world where children won't have to cry. And now we see exactly why that's the case. But also, like, treasuring your friends is something we're learning now is like a huge motivator for him. And I think that final scene was so great to me, where it's like, where Anya's like, I'm sorry that I'm such a failure for getting the Tonitrus bolt. And then, like, what Lloyd says is like, but you made friends with Damien, didn't you? And Anya says yes, and in her head, Anya says plan B's going well. But Lloyd, I feel like for the first time in the series, we see into his head, and he doesn't go like, good, the mission's going well, or the mission, like, you know, at least then if plan A is failing, perhaps plan B can go through, or like, perhaps now I can find an in with Damien. If this continues to happen, maybe we can get there before she gets expelled, and so maybe like we expedite the process of me meeting up with Damien's father. Like, instead of thinking any of that, he thinks about his friends when he was a kid, and he goes, well, that's good, because friends are precious. Like, he, for once, was not thinking about the mission. He was thinking about Anya, you know? He was thinking about, like, it's good that you got a Tonitrus bolt, but in exchange, you got something more important. Friends. And that's something that matters more. Which I think the idea of, like, priorities of people and of kids is like something that, if it's not being explicitly explored by the author, like if this wasn't necessarily in the intentions of the author, it definitely is like invoking that idea in, like, it's getting me to infer that idea. It's bringing it out in me, because I'm so much of the stuff that I'm watching from these flashbacks and stuff is just reminding me of the idea of like different priorities of people. And especially, you know, like it's being constantly compared to a war. So like in this situation, like a war is at stake. If Anya and Lloyd fail their mission, there could be a war with like millions and millions of people dying. And yet Lloyd's priority in that one little moment, in that 1 second, just for a bit, was still on Anya's happiness and Anya's life growing up, being a kid, like Anya having friends. I think that is all really cool. Can I look up who Nanami's voice actor is, and from Jujutsu Kaisen, and then look up what the if that voice actor was the guy in this. So Kenjiro Suda is Nanami's voice actor, and let's just see if he is in. Yeah, the Wise Recruiter in Spy Family Season 3. That is indeed him. Good. All right, good. I'm glad that I recognized his voice, like, well like that. Because sometimes I wonder if I actually am properly getting the right voice. Because I want to know that I can do it properly, because I'm pretty good with English voice actors. I'm not quite as good with Japanese voice actors, especially since, you know, I almost never remember their names. So I need to start trying more. Kenjiro Suda. Like, it's still gonna take me like quite a while, but I do like that guy's voice quite a lot. He's got a very very iconic voice. So yeah, that was good. And yeah, I mean, this episode also touches on like a lot of war themes that, like, you know, are pretty commonly expressed themes, but still, you know, if you're telling a war story, you're probably gonna tell these themes as well. Like the idea of the war is the result of, like, you know, politicians having failings and stuff, and what happens then? Well, they're not the ones to die. It's the citizens, it's random people, it's soldiers, it's like the common folk that are the ones to suffer for this and to kill each other. And so what they do is they like turn the common folk against each other, and like, you know, Attack on Titan, you can see this in Attack on Titan, it like very explicitly, of the idea that like, oh, the ones on Parody are like demons, you know, like you see them as demon people, and Eldians are demon people. So it's the same thing here, right? And I like that example that Frankie gave of like, if you just show a picture of like, was it like a man slapping a woman or something? What was it? Let me just see if I can go back to that original. Oh no, a woman slapping a man, but still, like, you just see this, you see this image of like this woman slapping a man, and immediately audiences see it, and they're like, they get uncomfortable, they get frustrated, because like, you know, just by default, we don't want to be hurting other people, and we don't want to hurt each other. But all they need to be shown is like a clip beforehand that proves that he was cheating on her, and suddenly they see the exact same scene again, and like their brains are just giving off this elated feeling, like we're so happy to see revenge, you know? And that's like how easy it is to manipulate people. You just show them one thing, and suddenly you like flip it all around. And it's done in media so often, but it also can be used for propaganda and war, you know? You just make them angry at the enemy, and suddenly they're happy to kill them, or they're happy to see their fellow soldiers kill them, you know? It's like, it's crazy how easy it is to trick brains, which is why I do, like, it tends to get a lot of backlash, but I really do like the series that play on, like, on that feeling that we get for revenge, but then also like, you know, that make you doubt it. And I know it tends to get a lot of backlash because people don't tend to like their emotions being messed with like that, you know? Like if they get that adrenaline feeling of, oh, I want to see this person fucked up, they feel like it's the media's job to you know, just fuck them up, you know? Like sometimes people just want someone to hate, and then for them to be able to hate that person all the way to the end, and then see them suffer for it. So they don't like when the media seems to, in their eyes, shame them for that feeling, which I never see it as the media shaming them for that feeling. Like I'm talking about stuff like The Last of Us Part 2, for example. I never see it as the media shaming them for that feeling, but I do see it as the media helping you to acknowledge that part of yourself and understand more about yourself, which I think is so important for media to like help us see more inward and go like, why was I so angry? Okay, this is why I was so angry. But also like, am I thinking about it rationally, or am I just sort of going, but this is what I know, and this is what I like, and this is what I want. So I find it really interesting when media plays on that idea. But yeah, I think there's also a backlash to that sort of media, because people, I feel like more and more lately are disliking the trend of media always having the message of like revenge is bad. Like there's not as many pure revenge stories anymore, because a lot of revenge stories are going the route of like, you shouldn't get revenge, which the Naked Gun movie, the latest Naked Gun movie, parodied that pretty well, I think, at the very end of that. So I recommend seeing the new Naked Gun movie. It was very funny, and then go watch my reaction to it. But yeah, anyway, and my opinions on that is, yeah, I do think a lot of media is going that direction. I don't think all media needs to be like anti-revenge story type media. Sometimes a good revenge story is still entertaining to watch. But I think people are too harsh on that sort of stuff. But yeah, anyway, I like that example that they gave, and I'm gonna try to remember that, honestly, because I think it's really interesting, a really interesting sort of experiment. But yeah, that was great. That was really good. It was so sad though, that scene where Twilight finds out his friends are alive again and is like, can you guys come hang out this weekend? And they're like, we're being sent out again. And he just like, he gets to see his friends again for a total of like 2 minutes. And so he finds out they're alive, and then they instantly go to their deaths again. It's so heartbreaking. But it was so sweet, him finding out they were alive and seeing him crying about it. Like, oh man, so good. Anyway, that's my I almost said My Hero Academia because I looked at my notes and I saw MHA at the top. That's Spy Family, Season 3, Episode 3. Thank you for watching. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.